in go mode this entire week. I've already started rebuilding the frame on the cab over area because in the last couple episodes, we found out that we had a leak. We water sealed the outside. Woohoo! But you know what? I'm just tired of this project. I'm tired of talking about it. You all might be tired of hearing about it. We rebuilt the frame and there's a lot more pieces than even was there before. They're just exterior grade plywood pieces that we put in the front area there, and we put some mending braces on top of that. We put a few going horizontally, so there's even more structure than there was originally. What we're gonna do now is prime the cab over area. We're prepping this baby to go back on the truck. And we have something really cool to show you. I saw that we still had this tape on in one of the videos and I was like, oh, I have to remember to remove that when I'm in the camper. Here it is now. I just didn't remember actually at all. We're going ahead and we're priming the walls first, and then we have a really pretty like off-white color that we're gonna put as a top coat on these side walls. Kind of a warmer tone that we'll reveal to you in just a minute. What's inside of this box has been something that I truly really wanted and we pretty much needed. This is something that after so much research looking up what would be the best suspension upgrade for our Chevy Silverado 2500, it kind of made it the easiest and clearest and most affordable option that was out there. I'm gonna show it to you. It's basically these metal plates. Now they're gonna stick together somehow, which I'm gonna figure out and watch a video on how to do this. But there's all these little metal plates. They stack on top of each other. They're gonna have a pivoting system. They're gonna work with the existing suspension that we have on the truck. I think what I also really liked about Stableloads is I don't have to go to a mechanic to install this. They have so many helpful installation videos. You can go to torklift.com and be able to find all of their products, all of their information too. This system is super simple. It's a very basic concept, yet it's genius. It's some of those things where you're like, whoa, I wish I thought of that because I would be a millionaire probably. But Torklift went ahead and did all the work and they just thought of it for us. Torklift Stableloads will activate the existing springs that are there. So basically what happens when you have all of that weight in the truck bed is the top leaf springs push down and they're basically sitting on top of the overload springs. What these do are they actually keep a wedge between the top leaf springs and the overload springs, which are the bottom springs, so that there's still some stability. There's a nice amount of stability, hence the name Stableloads. Torklift Stableloads were a must in our setup. They're an extremely affordable suspension upgrade for your existing suspension that you already have. So it's not gonna cost you a bunch of money for these things, but they're going to be a huge improvement with your ride whenever you have a truck camper in the bed of your truck or whenever you're hauling any heavy weight inside the truck bed. After watching so many videos and looking up research on what would be the best setup for us if we wanted to have a smoother ride, Stableloads was the number one. It kept going back to that. We have a long bed truck, so we're able to handle the payload's about 3,300. This camper weighs dry 1667 to be exact. So after figuring in all of our cargo, all of our gear, me and Amber, we're probably at about 2,200 pounds. So we're still very much under the payload capacity for a Chevy Silverado. When we found this landslide, that's why we went for it. We knew that we could fix up anything and it was extremely affordable. We know just exactly how much we'd have to be fixing up? I don't think so, but sometimes you gotta be a little bit of a newbie, a little bit naive to like start a fun new adventure, just completely open-minded, and that's exactly what we were whenever we got the landslide. We definitely took a risk whenever we bought this camper because we really didn't know what we were getting into. We thought it would just be completely easy breezy. But I also knew in the back of my mind that there were going to be issues that were going to pop up. There were going to be learning lessons, and that is exactly what we've had. And I wouldn't take any of that back for anything. It's been super fun, even all of these leaks and learning and the stress that I would have had or went through. But it really forced me to get out of my comfort zone and learn more. And now I feel like I can really do anything. Well, kind of almost anything, but a lot of stuff. I feel like I could do a lot of stuff now.
Hey, here I am. I promise I've been here. Giulietta's been taking over on these videos because she's the one who is doing what you're seeing there. I've been doing all the behind the scenes. That's how I do. But right now it's time for some painting, and I love painting. It's one of the most satisfying parts to me. It's soothing and fun, and you can see the result as soon as you're done. Do you all like painting? Is it something that makes you excited too? Let us know in the comments. Today we are using a much more neutral color than we've used on anything else in the camper. We're going to be painting the sides of the bed. We were going to neglect it and just leave it as is, but with all the work that we've done up there, we figured, hey, we might as well make it look perfect. That's what we're going to do. We have this beautiful, I won't call it nude, what do we call it, beige? I'll tell you the color in just a minute. Heavy cream? Ooh, the paint color is called Heavy Cream. Doesn't that just sound right up Honey I Roam's alley? I've actually already done the very first coat. We didn't tape anything off because the color is really neutral, so it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Now let's get to painting our second layer. It doesn't necessarily need it, but we're already here. We have everything out. Let's do it right. We're painting the sides over here, which is where our bed goes. And we're still deciding what to do with this up here. It leads up into the ceiling, so we don't know if we want to paint it yet. But for now, let's get the second coat on. You know, we're always trying to do our best. We're not perfect at anything that we do. We're always learning and growing. I know it's a common theme, but that's what Honey I Roam is all about, is trying, doing, not being perfectionists, but getting the job done. And that's what we're doing. You know, if we waited until we knew how to do things perfectly, we wouldn't get them done. A little contraption right here. How gorgeous is that? Oh my goodness. And see, it's going to be taking all the pressure off of this and putting it on this. Those are my technical terms.
Now you can see how the Torklift Stableloads activate the leaf springs to do their job. So this way, it keeps the leaf springs activated, and by just having that simple metal wedge in place.
Now everything that Giulietta just told you, I taught her all that lingo. And it's very similar to what I said when we were under the truck, right? Just kidding. Sure. I'm so impressed with all this knowledge that Giulietta has.
You're so sweet to me.
It's so true. I mean, I know, you know, kind of how things work, but I don't know all those technicalities. And Giulietta, you're just so impressive to me.
Oh, I love you.
I love you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This little cotter pin right here, you can remove it so that the Stableloads are disengaged, because when you are driving with them engaged with no weight in the truck bed, it can be a little bit of a rougher ride. So since we're not going to have the camper in quite yet, we're going to just keep these off to the side, and we will engage them whenever we put the camper on.
I can't wait to say Torklift engaged.
We did it. We had a challenge. And Amber's here with a crowbar. This was way too tight. I could not get the hex bolt into that hole because it was just such a tight space, so we just pried it open. Yay! Crowbar is really it.
And it is.
Is that your camper home? Winston's been living the good life, just relaxing on the couch. We go on long walks. He eats the best dog food. He just got a fresh bath yesterday. We did run into a little bit of snag while installing the Torklift Stableloads. For one of them, that was totally my mistake. I was using 2 ratcheting wrenches, and the bolt and nut that was attached to the wedges, it ended up getting cross-threaded or bent or something, and I could not get that thing off of the wedges. Fortunately, we messaged Torklift and they responded immediately and expedited us the parts that we needed. It was just 2 parts and another bolt. That was definitely my mistake on doing that, and I could not believe their customer support is insane. They're such a great company. They respond to you immediately. They're just a really great company. So if you have any issues, have any questions, and you're installing any Torklift products, just make sure you reach out to them because they will solve your problem.
An undeniably true fact about Florida that is undeniable is that it's warm around here so much more often than anywhere, I think, in the whole country. It's probably 2 days after Christmas right now, high of 79 degrees. Because it's such a beautiful sunshine day, we're gonna have the perfect beer to pair with it. Today we are trying a beer from Goose Island. I've had this as an IPA a lot. It's on tap in a lot of bars, but this one is different. This is actually part of a variety pack that I was super stoked about. This is called Bright Sunshiny Haze. How perfect for a day like this. This is going to be 6.8% alcohol by volume. It's a hazy IPA. You know, one of my favorites. Let's try it. I think it's gonna taste even better in the camper. Let's see. Really bright tasting. I know why they call it a sunshine beer. Fruity, hoppy, delicious. I bet it would be beautiful in a cup. Cheers. I want to show you one of my adorable Christmas presents. I was really excited about this one. It's a bucket hat with mushrooms on it, and it's reversible. It's from Giulietta's sister, Marcella, and I love it.
She's so cute. The good news is that we have 3 of the Torklift Stableloads installed, so we only need 1 more to have a complete set. We'll be riding smooth whenever we have that camper on the truck. The truck drove okay with the camper on it. Like, I could still feel that there was something on there, and it was relatively smooth, but I want it to be just the best ride whenever we're driving, because we're gonna be driving lots of miles.
We just came up with something creative, and what we're gonna do is bring the design of the floor all the way to the back of the camper. Now, a lot of this space that we're putting this new design on is going to be covered up with our bed and our pillows, but you'll still be able to see all these accents. So here's what we're going to do. We are using the floor tiles. This is going to create a beautiful geometric pattern right back here. So we're going to match it up, stick it, put some adhesive on it. Let's make sure we like it first. Or do we like it like that? I think that's how we did it on the floor. It's gonna be so cozy when it's finally done. And you know, yesterday painting these side walls gave it this whole new fresh feel. It smells really good in here. No more mold.
Yay!
Woo!
You like it?
Yes! I can't believe it went exactly to the right edge. Custom, meant to be. All of these little touches are going to create the most beautiful truck camper that we're going to be living in on the road. We cannot wait. We know in our past few videos you've seen us parked in a driveway, but we promise we're going to be hitting the road soon. And thank you to everyone who comments in our videos that you're with us no matter what part of the journey that we're on. We know that you're missing our cooking, you're missing our travels. Well, we are too. Thank you for understanding that we have to fix up our home before we can live in it and before it's honey I roamed. By the way, it is super hot. If you're cold wherever you are and you need to take a vacation, you should come to Florida because I'm dripping sweat. It's just a couple of days after Christmas. You know, most Decembers it doesn't even get as cold as it did this year. So this year it was cold for maybe like 4 days, everybody rushes to the store to buy a jacket and then they can't wear it anymore. But, you know, it was actually nice that the holidays were chilly. It added to the holiday spirit.
Since I did run into that snag, we're gonna put on hold the rest of the Torklift Stableload install, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you everyone for all of your support. Let me grab Amber and we'll finish out this video properly.
Thank you so much for watching. We're Honey I Roam. Happy New Year. We love you.